On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Disagree with every person that's ever been on the panel.
Okay, here's a fair question then. Is it hard for you to agree with somebody that you don't align with?
No.
So you telling me, okay, so wait. So you telling me that the majority of Amira's points you disagree with?
I didn't say that, no.
I'm asking you.
I don't think she makes a lot of points, but I just, no. That's not a diss.
She's probably the most definitive from a woman's perspective as far as where she stands on specific points. Like, she's very black and white on where she stands on things. So how don't she make a point?
Like I said, I agree with certain things she says, and I
just because you repeat it don't mean you answering the question.
What? I have absolutely. Are you serious?
I'm serious.
You must not watch on Mondays.
I'm just asking because I never asked you.
Me and Kayla went back and forth for hours about the whole blue collar job thing. You must not watch our show.
Okay, it's a direct question.
Anton.
So you never asked for clarification from Kayla?
I do. Chicago was there. I was like, Kayla, what do you mean?
I seen y'all ganging up against Chicago. I ain't see you asking them for clarification.
No, Chicago was there. I was like, Kayla, what do you mean?
I didn't call in this week.
No,
she's talking about a different show that is deflecting from his question.
One.
Like, that show was not even this week or last week. You're talking about.
He said never, though, Island. So I'm bringing up an example because he said never. He didn't say this week or last week.
Maybe
I'm speaking specifically about a time where I did do that.
On Thursdays, you don't question Kayla. You act like this is why the show is running smoothly, because we don't have back and forth banter with two women. Like, so he's trying to ask you, Kay, why don't you question Kayla?
Why are you always trying to tell somebody else what they're trying to ask?
Because you're not understanding what
I've talked to him for several months.
No, but
I know
you're not answering the question.
I guarantee I know him better than you do.
You sure do.
And we've been talking. I know what he's talking about.
No.
And
I'm trying to break it down to you. Maybe you can answer the question if I
did answer it.
You deflect when the men ask you, but you clearly answer me when I ask questions.
I answered it.
Oh, okay.
He said, why don't you ever have these, pushbacks or whatever for Kayla? And I said, I do. And I brought up a specific example, which was the show about plumbers versus white collar workers or whatever. And then I said, Chicago called into that show. I asked Kayla several questions on Thursdays.
Nope.
I mean, if me and Kayla agree on things on Thursdays, it's different topics. What am I supposed to do? Just argue with her for no reason? Like, that's not how
you argue with the men.
You
argue with the men.
Island. It's not about for no reason. It's if you actually disagree or agree or want more clarification on something. It's not just. I agree with Anton all the time. I literally agreed with him today. Me and him agree or don't agree on a regular basis.
Nope.
So it's not just like, the men. No. In this past since April that I've been on the show, I have agreed and disagreed with JR, Chicago, and Anton.
That's not what we're talking about.
Come on. Let's not do this.
We're not talking about disagreeing.
How is it we? Anton asked a question. Now y'all have transformed into one being.
Q, what do you think? Do you think that Kay holds Kayla accountable on Thursday nights?
It's not a we. It's just y'all are.
Ever?
What I've seen, I've only been on a couple of shows, and no.
Oh no, you came on at the same time as Kayla.
Oh, really? Okay, so no. She'll hold all of us accountable before her, and it's like that's why you're acting different on this show. Like, it's less banter. Do you understand we're moving smoothly through this show because y'all are not double teaming? And that's what I said, Kay.
Island, did you before you came on? Be honest.
Hold on.
How many shows did you watch before you came on?
I haven't watched any.
Okay, so then let's.
But I was answering his question though.
Let's get it then, because
I was answering his question.
You've been on 4 shows. We've been doing this for months.
Okay,
you don't know.
But Kay, in fairness, Kayla came on at the same time as Q.
There have been shows where me and
as a matter of fact, wait. disagree. I'll do one
There have
better.
been shows where me and
You
Anton
came
argued the
on.
whole show.
You
There have been
came
shows where
on.
me and
Yeah.
Chicago
Yeah.
rocked the
I think
whole
she came
show.
on the show before
There's been
this.
shows where
You
me
came on a
and-
show before Kayla.
Yeah.
There's been shows where me and Chicago disagreed the whole show.
No, that's
There's
not
been
the
shows where me and
point.
JR
That's not what
rocked
we're
and not
saying.
like
That's not
you
what we're
don't
saying.
you
But
never
you have
even
never
talked.
No, she
disagreed
said
with
that's not the
Kayla
point.
on
You
Thursday.
never disagreed with Kayla on this show on
Because-
Thursday night.
Do you just want me to for theatrics?
No, I didn't.
No, I'm trying to
Then
figure
what
out
is
if you
the point
actually
of
agree
this
with her. If
statement?
you, I'm trying to figure out if you actually agree with her or if you're just doing sister.
No, Anton, come on.
Uh,
You know me
So
better than
sister
that.
code ain't a real thing with you?
Anton, you know me better than this.
I'm asking you.
I will agree or disagree with anyone. I actually love her.
Except who?
I think she's a
Like,
great
except
and
who?
smart woman, but we
Ooh.
sometimes agree and we sometimes don't.
You'll
I'm not just gonna
you'll
disagree
disagree with
with
anyone named
anybody.
Amira.
I just literally agreed with Amir on the last show, and you were like, "Oh,
1 out of every 20 shows.
because that's the things I'm consistent. If I agree with somebody, I do. If I don't, I don't. What do you want me
But
to
you're not
pretend?
supposed to agree or disagree based off of the person. You're supposed to agree or disagree.
Exactly.
Based off the point.
That's why what you're saying, you're like, oh, what about Amir? No, I agree with Amira sometimes, and sometimes I don't. I agree with Island sometimes I don't. I agree with Kayla
When?
often.
When you
so-
agree with Q? You don't even know her name. We don't call her Island. We call her Q.
I just said Q.
You said Island.
I know her real name. Stop.
That's not what we talk about.
We talk.
Oh, K finna die.
We talk. I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
I would never. But I'm just saying.
K said I know her real name.
I do. I think Q is a very respectable.
We had a
woman.
financial appointment. That's how she knows my real name because of my email.
Exactly.
Mhm.
That's not
We've
the point.
talked
that
about
we
some real
making.
stuff
The
before.
point that we're making is that you very much separate the person from the point when it is that you choosing to agree with somebody.
I agree or don't agree based on what I agree or don't agree.
Based on the person that's saying.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Mm,
I've agreed with every person that's ever been on the
Mm.
panel, and I've disagreed with every person that's ever been on the panel.
Okay, here's a fair question then.
I
Is it-
have.
Is it hard for you to agree with somebody that you don't align with?
No.
So
Not
you
at all.
telling me, okay, so wait. So you telling me that the majority of Amira's points you disagree with?
I didn't say that. No.
I'm asking you.
I don't think she makes a lot of points, but I just,
Hey.
I mean, no.
Okay,
That's not
really?
a diss.
She's probably the most definitive from a woman's perspective as far as where she stands on specific points. Like she's very black and white on where she stands on things. So how don't she make a point?
Like I said, I agree with certain things she says, and I
Okay,
disagree
just
with
because you
others.
repeat it don't mean you answering the question.